Namaste.
Namaste Techies.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste, Anu.
Namaste Dharjit. How you do today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Busy, busy. A bit tired. As you know, Microsoft Ignite was this week, the last couple of
Yeah.
days. So I was a little busy with that as well, and trying to do some tweets but then busy with work and personal life.
Yeah.
So,
I have seen a lot of your tweets and a lot of good stuff, right? A lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
information, great information coming in. Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
for
good.
me, it's like when I'm sharing these tweets and stuff, it's not about just posting. It's making sure that what you share, people can actually get something out of it. They
Exactly.
can learn either some small thing, or they can get the announcement of something that's being shared out there. You know,
Mhm.
so the more you spread out, or the more like you use a megaphone, right? Eh,
Yeah.
you hit more people, and you get the attention, right? So I've been getting a lot of feedback on that privately as well, and people are saying thanks for this, and this is good stuff, and I missed this, or whatever. So
Yeah.
hey, if that's working, then great, right?
Yeah. Busy week, right?
Yeah, yeah. But hey, we always make time for Namaste Techies.
Yes, of course.
Some people have wondered, like, how do you guys do this stuff? Like, how you and Anup, like, you guys are so busy, but yet again you have time to do this. But you know what? We made a commitment, right? And
Exactly.
we stick to it. It's a commitment. It's a just like anything else, like a another scheduled meeting, right? You have to
Mhm.
do it. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's good stuff. Anyways, you want to share some really good stuff today, and it's going to be about CM Pivot.
CMPivot. Yes.
So
today,
let's
today,
talk about it. Let's share what is CM Pivot. Where did it start from? How do you access it? And maybe you want to show some examples.
yeah, today is real time management day, right? Probably we'll show something about CMPivot. First of all, let me try to share my screen. Hopefully,
Okay.
this is not going to take much of time today. It will be pretty fast, I would
Right. We
say.
always have
Eh?
to remind our viewers that you are in India. So
Now I think sharing is on, right? And
yes,
you
sharing
you
is
you
on.
are okay. That's good, right? Today we have better connectivity, right? At least I have better connectivity.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't want to blame India internet connection. We have like I would say 100 megabytes or more than that, so
Yeah,
it's pretty fast.
it is. It is. It is good.
Okay, so today CM pivot, right? So first of all, let's show our viewers what is CM pivot and from where we can launch CM pivot, right? So in the if you go
So,
to
but
assets
but
and
but first, we
Mhm.
should just quickly explain what CM Pivot is. It's a
Okay,
feature brought into Config Manager, and
yeah,
it is real-time queries, right?
yep,
It is
yep,
not stale data. It is not data that you're querying against data that's been sitting there for 2 days, or whatever. This is like it's checking your systems, and getting real time data as it is happening now. So it is really, really, really powerful. So go on.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the high level architecture about the notification services, right? How the notification manager and services notification agent works within SCCM, right? So CM pivot is using this same notification framework in within the configuration manager or SCCM, right? So this is the flow how it looks, right? From the console, from the primary server, we'll initiate a query, and then it will go to, if you have a remote management point, it will go there, and from there it will reach the client, and from client it will get the reply with the state message, etc., etc., right? So this is pretty useful detail. And as I normally share, I have a blog post about this, how this works in a very high level, right? So probably we can link all these documentation into the description of the video, as we normally
Absolutely.
do, right?
Yep.
And today, as I mentioned, I started it with the console itself, right? So let's see how we can launch. There are two ways to launch CMPivot, right? There is in console tool over here, right? If you go to assets and complaints, device collections, you can see you can click on any collection and you can launch the CMPivot from here, from the ribbon.
Or
And
you can
there
right
is
click on a collection.
exactly
Yep.
you can right click on a collection. If the right click comes up, okay, you can see the CMPivot over here, right? Start
Yes.
CMPivot. And the second option is there is a standalone tool which Microsoft provides, okay? And that is a part of all the configuration manager installations, right? So that will be in your default installation folder, program files, configuration manager, tools. Inside that you will see a MSI, right? So this is the MSI which you can install and you can start using as a standalone CMPivot tool, right? So this is
Yeah.
pretty
So
useful.
this helped because in the past you have to use the in console. That means you have to install the ConfigMgr console, on another system to do the stuff. But now they provided this standalone, so you can just use that on a different system instead of installing the whole console and stuff like that.
Yeah. Only thing is there are some prerequisites that should be
Yes,
noted, and we need to make sure we have all the prerequisites in place. Then only the CMPivot will work. The standalone
absolutely.
tool will work, right? Okay. Okay, now let's get into some real world use case scenarios, right? So before going into that, okay, let me show you the CMPivot stuff first, right? So this is the sample query which I ran. To this is to find out basically. Okay, so let me start from the beginning, right? So if you launch the CMPivot, okay, from in console tool, this will be the normal screen, right? there
Hmm.
won't be there won't be anything over here, right? And so there will be nothing, right? And you okay, let let's do this, right? And you can see this is connected to all systems, right? I right clicked on all systems and started this CMPivot. So this is running against all systems, right? It will find out the systems which are online, right? Online status, the online status in configuration manager console, right? If the system is online, device is online, the CMPivot will be able to fetch the real-time data from those devices,
Yeah.
and results will be available in the results pane over here, right? So whatever query I run over here will be running against all those online systems. For example, if you have hundreds of devices managed by SCCM or configuration manager, and you only have 50 devices online at a particular point of time, when you run the query, then only the 50 devices results will be shown here.
Exactly.
Okay. So that is the catch of CMPivot. If you want to kind of look into the offline clients, and if you want to get a kind of the data like the other type of data from offline and online clients, then SSRS reports or default Power BI or SSRS reports are the way to go, right? Okay, now let's start with some CMPivot queries, right? So So this is a query which I want to run, and I want to check whether the patch is installed, whether there is any patch installed within 90 days or not, right? So let me run this query and check what is happening over here. So let's go through this first. Query completed on two clients. So only in my all system collections, this is a lab environment, of course,
Right.
and and I have only 2 online clients, right? And it got details from those 2 online clients. One is Win20 and the other one is Win21, right? So as you can see, from quick fix engineering, you can get all these details, right? The caption of the KB and description of the KB article, hotfix ID, and the best part is installed on, right?
Yeah.
Which date it is installed, right? And if you want to find out last 30 days data, right, you can change from 90 to 30 over here in the query, and you can run it again, right? So this is now connecting back to the clients through the notification channel and getting the state messages from the client. Okay, so it might take some time, and if you are running it against a production environment where you have like more than 100K clients, then you should be very careful with this, right? You should run against a smaller collection first and check what is happening, and ensure that you are not breaking anything, right? So I don't think it will break anything, but just to be safe, right? Okay. So you got a result for last 30 days, right? You can see last 30 days, which are the patches installed, etc., etc., right? This is one of the example, right? Now let's see another example. I have a cheat sheet over here. I'm going to run this particular query, and this is pretty much interesting, right? Or with this, what you can do is you can query the log files, right? Over here I'm querying the log file on my client device, right? There is a location services log, right? And in that log I'm searching for a particular entry, right, where I'm searching for a WSUS path, whether my clients are connecting to this particular WSUS server or not, right? So this is pretty much useful in some scenarios where you are troubleshooting about software update issues or patching issues, right? So let's try to run.
This is really awesome, because you're not only just checking for a particular log file, but you're checking the contents within the log file. That's really powerful.
Yep. And you can parse this, right, with this particular symbol. I don't know what is this called, but anyways, you can parse this with, and you have I will provide you the links where you can get the sample queries and all, right? So and it will be there in the description of the video also, right? So don't worry about this at the moment. Let's run, and hopefully this is the first time I'm running this particular query. So live. Okay, it failed, right? So probably let me try to change this. This is because already there is a quotation quotes over here, right? So probably I need to add one more quote, and probably that is not going to work. Let me try to do that again, right? So this happens in live demos, so that's fine, right? Let me remove this, and let's check what is the WSUS. Is there any entry like WSUS path in the log file, right? Location services.log file, right? So let's check that, and probably we will get something. Okay.
Yeah.
So Yeah, this is always like R&D, right? Whenever you have something to learn, you need to find all these details, right? So interesting stuff, right? You got the details, which
Yeah.
server it is connecting to, right? Even though it didn't work with that codes, right? Probably I need to find out what is the thing to use for this codes, right? Single
Yeah.
codes, right? Okay, so once that is there, then we can easily find out which particular server this WSU server, this particular client is connecting to, right? Now this prod Win20 is connecting to this particular WSU server in my lab environment, and you can see prod 21 is not prod Win21 client is not coming. It is online, as you can see over here. It is online, but it is not coming because it is in the logs, location services.log, there is no entry called WSU's path, right?
Right.
That is why it is not returning any entry,
Results.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can say something else also, right? AD side, or I don't know. Like let's try to go into a client and check what is the log entry. We can take it from location services, right? So probably this is sometimes version number is sometimes very useful, right?
Hmm.
To for the troubleshooting, and you can say location request. So if you want to search with this particular location request, then you can copy this and paste it over here in the query. Uh, Let me do that here. Okay, so location request, and let's see location request is coming up or not. Okay, it should come up. Okay, and while it is taking time to do that, let me go back to the log file and see the common entry, like current AD site. This will be common, and it will be there for two of my online devices, right? So let's search that also. Okay, it is not coming, probably. Yeah, it is not coming. Okay, let me try to search this one. Okay, current. Let's run this. Okay, now
So
query
the thing we can
completed.
do with these
Hmm?
results is that you can then use the export tool to
Exactly.
save the right, like this.
Yeah. Once you have this, then you can create, as you mentioned correctly, you can export it, right? You can export it and you can use it for whatever you want, right?
Right.
For
And you can
reporting
create
purpose.
collections.
Yes, exactly. That is pretty useful scenario in some cases, but I have seen like lot of people saying like it is not a very good practice to create collections for each and every small thing, and do like that. Probably that will kind of impact your environment if you have a bigger environment like that, right? So
Well,
you need to
you can
try to
create the
reduce the
collections to
collection.
do you can create the collections to do specific tasks for that
Yeah,
particular thing, and then you can get rid of the collection. For
yeah,
example, I
exactly.
recently had to use CMPivot because we were trying to get rid of an old backup agent
Uh-huh.
from a third-party company that we've used, for many many years,
Yeah.
and I was tasked with needing to uninstall the agent because it's no longer needed. And but first, I needed to find out what systems were installed with it. And when I tried to do the regular queries, under monitoring and stuff like that, I was just having a hard time getting complete results. So I was able to use CM Pivot, find the the name or the executable of the agent. It gave me a list of servers that had it. I created a collection, so no problem, automatically. Now I have that. Then I created a uninstall package, and I applied it to that collection, and done, right? And then I was able to monitor that deployment under monitoring to see, make sure that it was successful, or if there were any errors and things like that. Once I was done, I got rid of that collection. It's done.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great useful use case over there, right? Yeah. Cool stuff. Yeah. Okay, now let's show you probably the last query. This is the default one, and let's try to. I have not tried this from here, but I think during the demo last time we tried it from Intune, right?
Yeah, right.
So we did CMPivot demo from Intune last time, Intune portal. Now it is the real CMPivot from the real configuration manager, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's working. That is pretty useful. I have seen I have seen like people using it for finding out the versions of Chrome OS or browsers,
Exactly.
right? If you have a vulnerability, how to rectify it and find out the details about it real time, very quick, right? Not need to wait for hardware inventory or something like that, right? Okay, so let's go back.
Before you move away, if you go back to that CMPivot portal, and just quickly, show on the left-hand side all these different categories of the things that you can pull in. So it's not necessarily that you need to use these categories, because you can actually modify like you did, right? But these gives you, like, if you expand each and every one of these categories, it gives you more individualized queries that you can run. Right.
Yep. And if you go to the home page, right, you would be able to see the details of CMPivot and the supported entities at the moment for configuration manager, etc. Right. So these are the supported entities, but it has lot more details and description over here. This is pretty useful. Right. If you have time, probably you need to spend a lot of time reading through this and understanding this, and you should use this in your environment to make your life easy, right? Okay, now let's go back to the some of the blog posts we have, right? So we have some great community contributions over here. As you can see, like in the blogs, I have mentioned about like a script, how to scan. If you run a script, right, from this configuration manager, how to check the status of the script, what is happening with that, and in real time you can get the details, right, from that script. Right, and log files, you have seen how to do that, log file parsing. Right now, I have already shown you this also, right? The hotfix installation, how to kind of get the status of the hotfix installed on the device, like 90 days, 60 days, or 1 month, or etc. Right, so you can configure that. Okay, I think pretty much this is it for today. I think. Do you want to add something?
No, just list of queries, because the syntax to run the queries is unique, right? It's if you don't write it in a proper way, you're always going to get errors. So there's some examples out there that list, if you're looking for a specific application, this is the example how to do that. If you're looking for how to check for low disk space or blah, 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 or if you're looking for, right? So those are all out there, and we can provide the resources later on in the YouTube video too.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, let me stop sharing.
Yeah, I think that's all we got, right?
Yep. That's it
And
for today. And I think,
yeah, and that's awesome stuff. I mean, like seriously, if people haven't used CMPivot, you should. And if you find some unique queries like the one you did with looking inside of a log file, that's that's pretty fantastic, and share that with us, right? So it's
yeah,
awesome stuff.
exactly.
Use it. Definitely has helped me solve some problems and or find data that I needed to share
Mhm.
to show what we have or what we need to do. So yeah, real time stuff, which is
Yep.
important.
No, nowadays it's all real time, right? Everything is real
Exactly.
time, right?
Yeah.
And
The other stuff is just like, yeah, it's
yeah.
anyways, it's a
So
good show. And we'll catch up again soon. And you know how to find us. We're online. So until next time, namaste.
namaste, and don't forget to share,
Don't forget
subscribe,
to share,
like.
like,
Yeah.
and subscribe.
Yes.
Cheers.